In 1974, Project Raven was underway, a codename which stood for Remote Access Video Entertainment. The console used a calculator keypad to control the games. To draw the graphics, the engineers implemented an advanced method of drawing the screen, called a bitmap. The Raven system divided the screen into a grid of pixels, providing a nearly endless amount of graphical possibilities. Even though it was only in black and white, this opened the door for any type of game to be made for the console. For his first game, Lawrence Haskell took the best elements of the Odyssey ping pong game and Atari's Pong, and created a game that more closely resembled hockey. Unlike other ball and paddle games, the paddles could be rotated, and each player had a goalie. With the ability to move the paddle all around the screen, it was an intense and competitive game which, in some ways, was better than what was available in the arcade. Wallace Kirshner later said, "To this day, I still think that is the most challenging game that I've played." A killer app was born. It would be the first of many games for the console, but the team knew that they wouldn't be able to make every game available inside the hardware like on the Odyssey. They didn't want the console to be limited by what they developed before release. In order to solve this problem, they needed a type of media that could load games onto their hardware. Standard storage methods on computers like floppy disks and paper tape were expensive, slow, and easily damaged by consumers. They needed a solution that would allow them to safely and quickly transfer data onto the system. Other electronics, such as programmable calculators, used cards, but Alpex took a different approach. They combined circuit boards that were plugged into larger computers with a plastic outer casing, borrowed from new types of media storage. Film and music were now being stored in special cases which protected their fragile tapes within from damage. The cases were often called cassettes, but sometimes called cartridges.
We went to Radio Shack, and we bought these little plastic boxes, and we were able to plug the little box into the console with a connector we put on it. Wallace Kirshner.
It was the first video game cartridge, and it was a revolutionary idea. The bosses at Alpex knew that they could sell the concept to a company that had the money to make their idea a reality.